This was a doozy. Their love story gets us all in our feels. How do they do it, and where is it going from here? And then, what should the girl stop doing right now? We're talking Black Boy Joy and Problematic Butch Queens tonight on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. And the show starts right now. What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at J-A-I the Gentleman on IG. It's Wednesday, so it's time for a new episode of Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. It's still our short, bullshit-free step out of our comfort zone to talk about all the emotional ups and downs along the journey to happiness. Hopefully, this is our midweek reminder of how dope it is to be black gay men and love black gay men. If you are watching the replay, want to skip to the main story, timestamps and chapters are in the description. Friends, I will tell you, this one was a doozy to get into today. This one was a doozy. Normally getting ready for y'all is a piece of cake, but today drained me in my Marlo voice. Hey chat. Oh shucks. Dijon Harris just became a member. Yay! Okay, Holla at Your Boy was first today. I'm not giving anything away this week, so I appreciate you being first, but I hope that wasn't the incentive. Okay. I interviewed my guest on Dear Black Gay Men Love Lessons a while ago. He and I were connected at the NASM conference years ago. And I will tell you, the interview was, given what was happening in his life that I did not know about, the interview was probably inappropriate, and I think I've apologized for it since then. Y'all know I used to flirt down on the show, but I'm so glad that he decided to join me today. I didn't know then that he was in the beginning stages of his current relationship. He handled my flirts with grace, and now he's happy and in love. He's the founder of Freelux Project. He's founded his organization following his HIV diagnosis. That moment, he says, sparked the Freelux Project with the vision to empower disenfranchised communities to live whole lives. Please welcome Nathaniel Holley to Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Are you here, Nathaniel?
I am here. Can you hear me? Is this microphone on?
Oh
Can you
shit,
hear
you in the
me?
wrong place. Hold on. You in the wrong place, friend.
Okay.
There we go.
Am I here? Is this
There you
on? Is this
are.
microphone
Okay.
on in the words of T.S.
Whew.
Madison?
Child. Oh, it's so many changes today. I got the chat in front of me. Turn that off and turn this off. I just want to make sure we can see your face.
Yep. Can you see me?
I can see you. We'll put that in the middle. I can see you. How you doing, friend?
I'm doing great, friend. It's a good day, especially here in Dallas. All that snow has finally melted.
It's a great day here in Atlanta as well. I will tell you, today started out as a really good day. I got to make my man smile today. He's been a little down in his feels, and so I got to make him smile early today. But when I tell
Come
you,
on for making the man smile.
getting ready for this show has been a doozy, my nigga. It is I ain't never worked this hard for an interview. So I hope I can give you a good show.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. We always have a good conversation.
Of course, Winter Menace. Some of our DBG and family are in the chat. Winter Menace said, "Welcome to our club." Holla at Your Boy said, "No." Hold on, they having a whole conversation. I don't know what that is. Joaquin God said, "What's good, Jay?" Everyone is excited to have you. I am telling you, I am excited to have you here on the show. Are you excited to be here?
I am very excited to be here. Yes, I was excited when you texted me and said, invited me on the show. So I was like, let me get my stuff together. I haven't been on
Well,
camera in a minute.
I mean, in my experience, you've always showed up camera ready. You always make me feel very underdressed when I show up to places, but that's a totally different
Oh,
conversation altogether.
oh, you're too kind. Too
Oh,
kind.
child. So what is new in your life? We will talk a little bit about relationship. We'll talk about culture in a second, but what is new for Nathaniel Holley?
A lot. A lot has changed for me since last year. I lost my mother last year, which was a really huge thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, I had also like some medical things. I was in and out of the hospital. Like I had a reaction to some hair dye and ended up in the hospital for a surgery just because of that. And then I broke my arm, which is actually news to most people watching this.
Mhm.
I broke my arm last year, like right after my mother's funeral. So I've been rehabbing and working through that, and then just living life, you know, outside of that, working and running the nonprofit, trying to grow that and enhance that footprint across the South.
So, how is your spirit? Because losing a parent is a big deal, especially if you were close. And then on
hmm
top of that, you've had your own health issues, breaking your arm, all the things, allergic reactions and whatnot. How is your spirit, friend?
My spirit is fortified. You know, the funny thing is,
Shout
despite
out to
all of the
that.
bad things that, yeah,
But go ahead.
yeah, no, despite all the bad things that happened last year, it was just kind of reassuring that God's not done with me yet. And so, you know, there was still some learning and some growing and some lessons to learn. And so, from that perspective, my spirit's amazing. You know, you just got to put perspective on certain things because it's very easy to allow those things to kind of overwhelm you.
Well, I will say that I'm speaking life into an easier 26. I know God ain't done with you yet, but you don't need to have another tough road to hoe. So I'm speaking life into ease and peace in 26.
Yeah, at the
If
very
that's
least,
what you
let's just
want.
keep me out of the hospital. Like that's what I would like. You know, I'm done with you know, all of that.
Sorry, holla at your boy says sorry to hear that. There's
Thank you. I
condolences and
appreciate
hearts
it.
all in the chat.
Thank you.
I
Thank
will
you.
say that the one thing that I know about our culture as black queer people is, especially black queer men, is a lot of times people don't remember to check on us because we the tough ones. And so at the
hmm
very least I want to make sure you know that you are checked on and thought of here with the DBGN family and me.
No, I
So
really appreciate it. And you know, my mom and I were very close. She helped me start my nonprofit, so all the work
mhm.
that I do is really on the backs of work that we did together. So, you know, me continuing pushing forward is really, in an essence, a way to honor her and all the things that we work towards.
Oh, oh shit. Okay. Nathan, we can hear you still, but are you ready to get into the show?
I'm very ready to get into the show.
Oh, okay. Hopefully
Can I drink my wine on here?
absolutely, because I'm about to pop a bottle myself. All
Thank
right,
you.
let's get
Okay.
into it. Every time I have a guest on the show, I ask the same question to start. What have you had it with in black queer culture? Nathaniel Holley, what have you had it with?
Okay, so that's when I saw this question, the first thing that actually popped into my mind is what I have had it with in gay culture, especially as of late, is this obsession with push it out. Um,
Huh. Huh. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. The obsession with pushing it out. Tell me more.
yeah. I was like, you know, in my day, the girls the intent was not to push it out. The intent was
To
to,
keep
you
it in.
know, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
so that push it out, you know, we're not trying to be walking around needing preparation H all the time. So, you know, that's
Well, okay. Okay. Now I will say, as part of the push it out delegation, I will say it feels different. It feels totally different when you push it out versus regular.
right. So that means you're not versatile, right?
Am my significant other is making a valiant attempt to verse me real hard, and it's
Okay,
working.
let's see. Okay, let me see. Let's talk about the how you feel about the push it out era after you push it out maybe a few times.
I have never pushed it out myself. I've never pushed myself out. I have been pushed out upon, and it
yeah.
feels it does feel really uh, that is not what I thought she was gonna start this show
we
with,
we
but
started off hot.
but
I'm
we
sorry.
we just jumped right in. But I love the push it out girls. I love the girls who can push it out. I love to be pushed out upon. I enjoy it. I will say for me specifically, I just love a man who's in charge of his whole. Like if you can do
Okay. Yes.
backflips and somersaults with your whole, I'm absolutely here for it. Do those on me. I will co-sign and enjoy every piece of it. That's just me. But again,
Well,
I didn't know pushing it out was a new phenomenon though.
I mean, I had never heard of it. I mean, that was something new to me, and I'm 39, so and I've been around for a long time in the gay world, and I was like, I didn't
A
know
long
this was a
periodically time.
thing, like a long periodically time. I'm sorry. I guess that one like missed me, and then when
Oh God, that's funny. Carlos Cortez, he says, "Yes, I ain't got nothing to push out." I will say, you do have something to push out. Now, whether you have the skill to push it out, whether you have the will to do it, that's between you and your hoe.
Mm. My cat not built like that. Sorry. Um,
I absolutely love the
in the
show.
in the words of Miss Cherry Boom, my cat not built like that. I ain't got that kind of cat.
Now the fun fact. So I just saw Cherry the Boo last weekend, and baby, when I tell you she is a key every time I see her. Joaquin God said, "Yes, I agree. The whole push it out movement is beyond me."
Girl, watch
Again,
wait till y'all get 50. You ain't gonna be able to hold nothing in. Okay.
okay, 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 okay. You've gone too far, Nathaniel Holley. You've gone too far. Now the interesting thing is, you know what I've had it with, because I've been waiting to tell somebody this, because I don't do the I've had it with unless I'm talking to somebody. But I have had it with WYD text messages.
Oh,
I hate a
abbreviations.
WYD text message. If I feel like either A, you got to earn the right to be able to send me that. Like you can't be no regular, no sneaky link and send me a WYD text message because you don't care what I'm actually doing. The next question you got for me is what you actually want to know. You sending me WYD to just see if I'm gonna respond so that you can be like, hey, you free to link, or hey, you free to do something. And I'm like, you could have just led with that shit, my nigga.
That's true. You know what? There is a slight eruption that happens in me when somebody just randomly texts me, "What are you doing?" Because I'm like, none of your damn business, for real. Like, what do
None
you
of your
want?
damn business. None of your
What do
motherfucking
you
business.
want?
Don't hit me with the
Like,
WYDs. I can't stand it.
yeah,
Be-
nah. I'm
because the
working.
people,
9 times out of 10, I'm working. So what do
but
you want?
the people that actually want to know what I am doing are not going to use that terminology either. They are going to ask me something else. They're going to say, "Are you working?" or "Are you, you filming something? Is a show happening?" Like they're going to ask me a different qualifying question. The people who hit you with a WYD don't give a shit about what you're doing. They want to know about how you can help them. And I can't.
That's very
I'm done
true.
with it.
That is very true. Because what I was saying, like if somebody texts me, "What are you doing?" I'm thinking, "What do you want from me?" Or what do I need to not be doing so that I can not be there for you for whatever you need.
Cause I'm never gonna respond accurately. Like the WID, you hit me with that, and the first thing I'm thinking is, "What do you want?" And then I'll tell you what I'm
Yeah.
doing. Like there is not a
Mm-mm.
way that a WID ends in the kind of conversation you're expecting it to, because I
That
know
part.
that the
Jay, somebody
intention
somebody
behind it.
just called you out and said that you don't text back.
I do not text back. I'm a horrible texter. That's why I put it on the screen. I know that is my cross to bear. I am a horrible texter. I am not the person you text, be like at 9 o'clock at night and be like, "Hey Jay, I need you right now." I'm not the emergency contact friend.
Well,
I
what I have
have never
seen
been.
is the whole time that I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Cause
Not like that's
it'll
not
ring,
on Do Not Disturb. Like, yeah,
right?
it's on like side, like it's always like the little sleepy
I
emoji is
absolutely
there.
I do not know. I have one person. So this is because this is the latest iOS. So my boyfriend has a particular ringtone and a particular text message tone. But here's the gotcha.
That's cute.
Nobody ever breaks through my phone. Like it's an impenetrable force field. And so when he texts me and I hear a sound, I'm like, what the fuck is that? It takes me a minute to register that it's a text message, and then he'll FaceTime me or something. So he knows how to get in touch with me. But the only person that breaks through my phone is my niece, my brother, my sisters, and my mom, of course, and my boyfriend. Everybody else gets the
I
ball.
love that you have love. I love
You
that.
know, you know, I think it is. before we about to get into the next part of the
Yeah,
show. But
sorry. I'll be on. Here
you
I
be
am
flowing and
taking over the show.
now I will tell you, the best interviews are people who know how to ask questions. The best conversations are with people who know how to ask questions. And I've seen you behind the mic or two. So
I
there's
did a
that.
little one too. A little one too.
It's more like a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but okay. Okay. All right. That was What Have You Had It With. This is one of my favorite parts of the show. It is called Top 5. Hit it. This is our recurring segment where me and my guests give our top 5. If you agree, give this episode a thumbs up. If you disagree, let us know in the comments what your top 5 is. This is top 5 ways to know he could be the one. Because we are two men in love, I hope I'm not misspeaking, but because we are two men in love, I feel like we might be on to something. So perhaps let's share some feedback on how to know that he might be the one. Are you here for that, Nathaniel Holley?
I'm very here for it.
All right, let's get into it. I'll do number 5.
Okay.
You ready? I think number 5 is he makes you smile.
Yes. That's a given. It has to be. I would say number 4, he makes me feel safe.
What is safe to you? What does that look like? For
My
a
guard is
person
down.
who is not in
My
a
guard is down.
relationship, your guard normally
My guard is
up?
down. Yes.
How do you know when you've gotten there though?
Because my body tells me.
You're able to push it out?
Your body will tell you.
You walked right into
it's just
that
a
one,
feeling.
friend.
I did. Let boom into a wall. Girl, go.
Oh,
You
God,
take
that
the
was
next one.
Okay, number 3 to me, ways to know that he could be the one is you think about him during random mundane times during the day. Before you cohabitate, before you're living together, in the most random times when you should be doing something else. You just find yourself dreaming of him and he's doing the same for you.
Agreed.
That is, I think that's probably the most important top 5 of the top 5 to me.
For me, it was if my mom likes you, that's a huge plus. My mom met and liked DeAndre, so that was a very big win for him. If my mom likes you, then that's because my mom she used to see stuff. She was always right too.
Okay, let me ask you this. Sidebar to the top 5. Like how far into the relationship did your mom meet him? Like how long were y'all together?
Not until I was sure. It's probably like a few months that we were together until I was sure that this was something serious enough for him to meet my mom.
Okay, so we waited 5 months before he met my mom, but he met my mom and my whole mother's side of the family at the same time. It was a big birthday party. And
that's huge.
He walks up to the house that this party is at, my auntie house, and I didn't time it this way, but my mother was standing right behind him. And she thinking he one of my cousins. Cause
Lord have mercy.
Everybody. But we pushed him into the deep end and everybody loved him, so it was good.
See, that's a telltale sign. When the people who love you love your person, that's actually, it helps fortify the relationship.
Okay. Well, because it's my show, I always give the number 1. I think number 1 sign that he could be the one is your happiness is important to him. No man can make you happy, truly. You've got to do some internal work to heal what broke you.
I like that one.
But a good man will value the happiness that you found. When you're dating someone, how is he respecting your peace? How is he giving space to your joy? And most importantly, how is he encouraging you to smile? When a man loves you, he will make sure that your smile doesn't fade for too long. That was top 5. Yay!
That was cute.
I'll be trying. We do cute things here on the show. Okay, we're going to be talking Black queer culture with Nathaniel Holley all show. If you've got a question for him and want to add your 2 cents to the conversation, you can join me on the show. At Dear Black Gay by going to livestream.dearblackgaymen.com. It is in the description. When we come back, I'll be asking Nathaniel where his love story started. We will be right back. Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Hold on. Normally I would go to the next part. We got to talk about some of these comments. One comment, Dwayne said, number one, he can shut you up by pushing out Dwayne. I'm telling you, that push out will change your life. And since Nathaniel added that to the chat, I'm gonna be using that all show. Curtis Goins said, finally caught a live. Welcome to the chat. Hey fam. Cortez, he pushes number one, he pushes it out. I told you that he pushed it out, it's gonna be a thing. Jock King said, number one, he's consistent. Two, considering. Three, funny. Five, four, intriguing. I love intriguing. And five is adventurous. Really good top five, Jock King. Thank you for that. Dad. Hey girl. Hey girl. I know who that is. Lifing like a boss. So excited to have you in the chat. PMF crew. I met his parents. He cooks for me. There is a reciprocity, good sex, and he gives me space. Okay. PMF crew. I think I remember that name somewhere. I think I remember you. I told y'all today was a doozy, so I had to get my wine. I opened my bottle on the break. But it is time for church announcements. Hit it. The DBGN family drives what we do here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. If you want to join me on the show and share your 2 cents, go to livestream.dearblackgaymen.com to join me live. The link is in the description. And you all know every week I write about the ups and downs about my dating journey on our blog on Substack. It's a deep dive into my emotional and sexual trials while I keep my man in 2026. I used to say manifest my man, and I manifested him, and now I'm keeping him. Now, this one was very personal. Y'all know that we have our live show that happens on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9 p.m. This show that you're watching, and then we also do our podcast, Dear Black Gay Men Love Lessons, and this is the latest episode, The Truth About Dating as a Femtop. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if y'all would call me femme, but I ain't the most masculine tool in the shed. I ain't the toughest road to hoe. I ain't the butchest queen in the butch queendom. I don't even know what the language is, but my experience is dating as someone who expresses in a more feminine way, but does not get fucked, has led me to a whole bunch of aha moments, a whole bunch of bing bing blah blah bows, and that is the latest episode of Dear Black Gay Men Love Lessons that streams on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Wednesdays. The link to the current episode is in the description. I'm really excited for y'all to see this one. Okay. Valentine's Day is around the corner, and if you're trying to move from chilling to date night, you need a plan. And don't try to play me like you don't want a Valentine. You wanted them damn matching pajamas during the holidays. You wanted to be off in Puerto Vallarta like Nathaniel was with his man. You wanted a man all January. You probably want a man right now. So let's just be clear. Your ass want a Valentine next week. Step one is, like I said, ditch the what you doing text messages. Be intentional. Say, I've got a spot in mind and that reminded me of you. Be my Valentine. No man is going to turn down a man who he thinks is into him that asks him to be his Valentine. Step two, focus on the details. Show him you've been paying attention to his vibe. Intimacy is built in things you remember. I've done this on date nights all through the year. Find a way to make an experience with the guy that you're talking to. It doesn't have to be expensive or flashy, but create a moment for and with your Valentine. Then step three, real intimacy requires real responsibility. Coming correct means knowing where you stand so you can keep the energy right. Celebrate Black gay love and keep it sexy as fuck. You can order your free confidential HIV STI testing delivered to your door at takemehome.org. And I want to thank them for sponsoring this episode. The best way to support what we do here on Dear Black Gay Men is to become a member. Members get access to exclusive conversations, the members only chat, behind the scenes content, and can join me to chop it up on the show. And a portion of your memberships will be donated to a nonprofit who's doing the work in Black queer culture like we did last week. Yay! Just hit the join button below this episode or send a super chat of any amount. For all the latest updates, follow me everywhere on socials at JAI The Gentleman on Instagram and Threads. That concludes our church announcements. Please govern thyself accordingly, and we will be right back.
I'm moving forward in my life.
I press play.
I'm choosing my path.
Owning each day. I pressed play because I got tested for HIV.
Now I know my status.
I pressed play.
I did.
We all should get tested for HIV.
I lead a pretty normal life. I'm a podcaster and a content creator. I'm pursuing my passions. So many of us, Black gay people, either live with a reality or a fear of HIV. Any movement toward a future where HIV is less of a part of who we are, I don't know that I can think of anything more impactful to our culture. Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. I am Jay the Gentleman. Tonight, my guest is one half of what Team DBGM and I have been calling Nathandre. You see what we did there? Nathandre. Because it's Nathaniel and DeAndre. Nathandre. Okay. Together with his partner, they've thrown events focused on empowerment of Black queer people and those living with HIV. They've appeared on magazine covers and in media together. They've been across the globe, and they've been to the nation's capital for an audience with Representative Jasmine Crockett, soon to be Senator Jasmine Crockett. Nathaniel Holley is soon to be senator. She's in the Senate race. I can't say that she is a senator. Nathaniel Holley is a founder and change agent and partner pushing the limits of what Black boy joy can be. Nathaniel, can I add you back? Uh, you're not muted. Okay,
I
there
think
you
I'm
go.
muted. Am I
Hey,
mute? Okay.
there you are. Okay, so
Back.
Nathaniel, where did your love story start?
Oh God. So we met each other, in the work, walking down the halls of conferences, kind of like I met you. um
Back when I was flirting with your ass, but okay, got it.
but he had made this post on Instagram or Facebook, and it was basically to the gist of, if you want me, come get me. And I was in this season of wanting to date seriously and taking chances. And so I reposted it, and then I said all in all caps, this. And so he proceeded to DM me, and I told him to prove it. And so then he scheduled a whole date weekend for 4th of July. He flew from Houston to Dallas, rented a car, drove me to Broken Bow, rented a cabin, bought everything that I liked, all the wine, all the food. I cooked at the very least. But we spent all weekend together for our first date. And yeah, after that, I was like, yeah, this is it. You can't get rid of me. I'm sorry. You put in a lot of effort, so you can't just do this and think that you're gonna like walk away.
Did you think?
Yeah, you
Did you
stuck with me
feel
now.
the? Now, granted enough. So you are Black gay just like the rest of us. So you know that all the words. Did it feel love bomby or did it feel authentic? I think the proof is in the
If
pudding, but humor us for the conversation.
For me, it felt authentic, and it was also the level of effort that I wanted. It was like the level of effort that I desired.
Hmm.
I've been always the person who was the doer or the one with the big gestures, and so it was nice to be on the receiving side of that. Especially considering that was why I was single for the most part, was the fact that I felt like no one could really match the level of effort that I could provide in terms of energy or anything in relationship. So he came correct, and it was what I wanted. And I know the difference between like love bomb and like in that, but it was just like, no, when you see somebody who's like quality, like that's what I felt like. You saw somebody who's quality, and you did what you needed to do to get my attention.
What?
And yeah.
So again, keeping at the start. So what did you define as quality back then? Like, what was your definition of quality that you saw in DeAndre?
Shit, child. He was somebody I admired. That's actually something that was new to me. I've never dated anybody that I really just truly admired and respected the way in the ways that I do him.
Yeah.
I feel like he very much so matches my energy in so many different ways, and in ways that allows me to be softer. I'm a femme top when I'm single, but in relationship, I actually can be very submissive, and that's only comes out when I feel safe enough to do so with somebody who I feel like I can trust.
I think Cause as you say, I'm a femtop. I'm like it. Just as everybody rolls their eyes at me, I'm rolling my eyes at you, but not because of the top part, because of the fem part. You are like a nigga though. Like, how do you come? How do you?
I mean, I know,
How,
but I get my nails done, and, like, with designs, all that
me
kind of stuff. I'm
too.
very much into fashion.
But that does
I don't
not fem
know.
make, does it?
I mean, for some people, I have been told that that's a feminine attribute.
Well, fuck them. I mean, unless that's the
I could
term that
I
you,
could care less. I
unless that's
honestly
a
I
term
could
that you
care
apply to
less.
yourself.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I mean, I don't, I very much so, admittedly so, embrace my divine femininity. I don't run away from it. It's something that I think that I used to for a very long time, but, I think that like femininity is weaponized so much to the point to where like, no, like all these things can live in the same space. It really just depends on how you want to flow and what your vibration is. And my vibration is very much so heavily masculine and feminine and it ebbs and flows, depending on the moment.
Okay, so let's get back to you and DeAndre. So you had this big weekend as a first date.
Hmm.
Now, I think the vast majority of us would agree that that is a very grand gesture. Is Was a part of the attraction the fact that he could provide these things, that he is a breadwinner? Was that a part of the equation, or would you have been equally as
No,
impressed with something smaller?
I would have been equally impressed with something smaller. I think it was just more so about the energy and the intent, about the fact like I don't want you to do anything, and I want to take care of you. And so it was more so the energy behind that. I mean, even now, I was out to drinks with my homegirl at the Virgin Hotel 2 weeks ago. It was about like a week ago, and this guy comes up and said, "Are you Nathaniel?" And it's like this little gift bag, and so it was a bag that DeAndre got me with candy and all of my favorite things in there, and a card asking me to be his Valentine. I mean, that's the same level of energy that he's had from day one. I mean, the look may change, but that intent and that and what he showed me from who he is has not changed. And so it could be a big gesture, small gesture. It's just like he is very thoughtful and he comes correct. Cause like, I'm sitting there sweating and crying at the damn bar because I'm like, I just saw you an hour ago at
Mhm.
home.
So I will tell you that
But this is so sweet and I love
that is
it.
a lesson that I just recently learned, like today had to learn. I'll tell you very quick story. It How that resonates with me is so my person and I call him Ryan on the show. We have not been together as long as you and DeAndre. But
Hmm.
when we started, I wanted to knock this man's socks off. I did the things that initially I don't know him, so I'm doing whatever I think will knock his socks off. But I wanted to knock this man's socks off because I love to see him smile. And we go through the ups and downs of our emotional journey, and I really sat today and I was like, I haven't seen a smile, like, the smile that the
Hmm.
smile that you can feel deep. Like, I ain't seen it in a minute.
Hmm.
And what I realized was, Jay, you ain't knocked this man's socks off in a minute. And so the energy that I had put into to getting him in the middle, for one reason or another, I hadn't continued. And so I understand, it helped me understand exactly what you're saying about the intention and the consistency, and being able to give the energy that I put out to get him is the energy that I needed to put out to keep him. Do you think that our culture misses that? Like, is that what people are saying when they're looking for consistency?
I think people get comfortable and complacent. They don't check in enough. In terms of like, what do you want your relationship to look like? One thing that DeAndre and I are very intentional about is like we discussed very early on what we wanted our relationship to look like in a lot of different ways, and even to the point to where we went to counseling just to say like, no, we want to create a safe space so that we're able to navigate how our relationship moves, and so that we always have a pulse on making sure that each other is getting what we need, because
Yeah.
that still may change. I may not need, what I needed, 2 years ago, next year, and vice versa. And but having like, direct communication and being open and honest enough to be able to say that is like that's that staying power. So I think that what's worked for us is just communicating a lot about what we want, what we need, and the other person like literally just hearing us and like and being heard and feeling heard. That's actually one of the safest places to be. Is what I've been able to learn.
All I can hear when you say that is like the gospel song, "The safest place in the whole wide world." That's
Is
literally all I can hear.
it
Oh, you better take us to church, right,
the
Nathaniel
will
Holley.
of God?
That's all I can hear. Okay, okay. And so I think you kind of answered this, but let's double tap because I'm really curious about green flags. In our culture, in the
Hmm.
zeitgeist, we talk about red flags all the time because I do think that for some reason social media has trying to train us to filter people out instead of giving people a chance. So what would you say is
Yeah.
DeAndre's biggest green flag that came up in your dating process?
I would say it probably happened during that same first weekend. Now we debate about this, about who initiated this moment. But when we were there, we had a moment where it's like beyond sex, I want to get to know who you are. And we had a moment where
But
we
the sex was
asked each
good.
other, like,
The
"Are
the, the sex had to be
girl, we
good.
still here? We
I
still
mean,
here?
I
Okay,
mean,
do you see that picture
the
right
man
there?
flew
Look at
from
that."
Houston to Dallas and then took you to Oklahoma. The sex had to be off the charts.
Yeah, and I would have bought him a short set in that picture behind me.
I love that kind of carrying on. Buy him a fucking short set. You know what? From watching y'all love story on the internet, I would have bought y'all some matching damn short sets just so I could be like, it's coming my way. It's coming my way. I would have sold into that goddamn ministry. But go ahead. So
Girl,
biggest
but
green
no,
flag.
but no, it was like we had a moment where we told each other our biggest secret, something, and I asked him, I said, something you never told anybody. I mean, this would be something that she could go to jail for, something that, could be potentially demeaning, like anything, that, but I want you to dig deep for it. And I did the same thing. And so after that moment, that was like a green flag. It's like, no, outside of sex and anything else, like we can be friends, we can be intimate, and we can have moments that bring us closer together without being physical. And that was like a huge green flag for me. Although I do like the horizontal polka, I also like to like do other things and get to know my person and know who they are and allow them to get to know who I am outside of all that.
Black bad gal MJ. I know who this is, but I'm gonna stick to screen name. She said, "My twin loves a Mexico tiptoe for real." Cause if y'all follow
We were
Nathaniel
there
Holley
for
like I
20
follow
days.
Nathaniel Holley, y'all don't mind going to Mexico.
And I have a timeshare. So and I was looking at flights today.
So we ain't there yet. Me and my man, we ain't there yet. We got a whole bunch of trips in the States planned, but we ain't there yet. Okay. And so I think that now, granted enough, we have people that watch this show from all walks, and while we can joke about a Mexico tiptoe or a timeshare, the girls are rather normal, and I don't want to make it seem I don't want people to walk away thinking that you have to find a 8-figure nigga before you can find love. And so, like, what was the through line in all of this? Was it intention or was it consistency? Like, what was the through line, that the connective part that kept you in his corner when you stripped away all of the, geisha regalia?
When everything is said and done, me and my man sit and we laugh and we have fun together. We have a good time. We like
Yeah,
to see the same shows. Like we enjoy each other's company. This is somebody I can spend days on day. Like we went on vacation for the holidays for 20 days, and we're just he and I. And we
I
didn't
saw
that
that.
fight. We didn't get into it. Like we had a great time. He gives me space when I need it. I give him space when he needs it, and we work. And I think that the funny thing about this, and not to take this into a whole spiritual level, is like 2 weeks before we had the whole um social media exchange. I prayed to God. I was like, God, I'm tired of dating Joe Blow from the corner store. Like, no shade to Joe Blow from the corner store, but you know, that's
He can't
not
sustain
what I
you.
want to walk down the aisle with. Well, that's not what I want to walk down the aisle with. I'm truthful. I'm honest. I want a family. I want, we have shared goals. We both want families. He comes from a very family oriented, I mean, a very, family oriented, background, which is something that's huge for me. So, there was just so much alignment to the point to where it's like, God, yeah, you sent me this man, like, clearly, because I had a list. I mean, you got to be specific about what you want, and that's something that I also had to learn. Is like, you can say you want a man, but like, well, what type of man do you want? What do you like? What do you kind of like want him to be good at? Or do you want him to be able to like encourage you? Like, there are certain things that I said that I wanted in a man that showed up in DeAndre, and I was intentional over time with seeing that. I mean, and we've gone through some of the hardest times that a relationship can go through, with the
Yeah.
loss of family, loss of, jobs and transitions and things like that. So, yeah, no, that ain't no doubt over here.
So
That's honest.
there have been a whole lot of that's a good man Savannah's in the chat.
It is.
Rolando, who is one of my favorite people, I'll tell you that. One of my faves. He says, "Y'all little sign in the back is cute as fuck on the corner of Nathaniel and DeAndre."
Yes.
Now, of course, the if anybody who DeAndre is in the chat too.
Of course, my man is.
I thought
Yeah,
we
let me
were just
tell you,
gonna have fun and be
when you
naked
see
all weekend.
me,
He said, then he asked me my biggest secret and then told me his. That was my moment. Oh, if I would have
yeah, he
knew he
thought we
would
were
have been
just
in the
going.
chat, I would have invited both of y'all to the damn show.
It's all
See,
right.
see,
But the funny thing is, we were naked when we had that conversation.
well, there's that. I mean, you don't mind being a little risque on the Instagram. You'll take your shirt off in a second
I sure will. I mean, there's a couple of clips where I have
with
a
a little
thong
short
on.
short or a little thong bikini or something in Puerto Vallarta
Yeah,
or in Tulum or some shit.
I'm 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 here for all forms of body positivity. I mean, when I was a kid, like if I was, today they would say I was a nudist because I never liked to wear clothes when I was a child. So as an adult, it's kind of the same way. If it's warm, I'm half naked or close to it.
And you live in Texas, so I mean, you in Dallas. I'm from Dallas, so I know exactly how warm it be. Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So, how do you deal with the picture that I have in my head of your love story is very very, green pastures. But how do you deal with the differences? Like, what helps you stay connected when you're not on the same page? Because you know things aren't perfect all the time. I would imagine, unless they are.
Yeah. What we you gotta want it. You gotta want it. I
You
mean,
gotta
I
want
didn't know
what?
what that
Now,
meant.
a part of this
You
is
gotta
me
want the
asking for myself.
relationship. Right. No, you got to want the relationship. You got to like, so like, there's three people in our relationship. Like, there's me, him, and the relationship. So, like
Okay.
when we interact odds, like there's still somebody else who suffers when we don't act right. And that's the relationship. We don't have children, but like, the relationship is still a living, breathing organism. What you put into it, you will feel it. What you don't put into it, you will feel that too. And so, those times when that has been difficult and we've been at the table, it's like, oh, do we, like, do we like this might not be it? Like, no, but like, no, I want this. I still want this too. And so that propels everything else after that. If you want it, then you'll do this. If you want it, then like we'll do this. And if we want it, we'll fix communication. We'll work on this. Or if you want it, like you'll hear me, or if we have an argument, you'll give me a moment to take a step back, to go calm down or whatever. Like, it's about that desire. And I think that's really what has come down to, is like, for us, like, no, we want it and we made a commitment to keep wanting it, because we continue to show up for each other, and we continue to both want to make each other smile, and there's not been any argument that we've had to where we come down to is like, no, I want to see you win, I want to see you win too. All right, let's go upstairs and get naked, and do the do, and it's
Now, I will
fine because
tell you
that's what we
this.
both want it.
I will tell you this. The answer to everything in my life is let's go upstairs and get naked. Like, can we just come? Let's just
Well,
come.
yeah.
I promise if we could just come, I wouldn't have a problem with nothing. I would want everything
Yeah,
for
but
you.
coming after you've been heard is different than coming after you haven't been heard. Like, yeah, we can go and I can fuck and then I can feel good and then did the endorphins running. And then I'm like, damn, I don't feel like I got what I needed out of the conversation. But when you do and you actually feel like you got what you need out of the conversation, and you lay down and you put your face up behind that nigga's neck, okay? It's like, okay, yeah, I ain't got no worries.
Okay,
Time to
okay.
go to
So
sleep.
so now you done added a physical component because I do have a light question. I ain't gonna ask like invasive questions, but DeAndre is like the tallest person on the planet. How do
My man
y'all
is 6'5".
he is a brick house, a expensive brick house too. How does that?
Yeah.
Let me not get too invasive because I'm like the interesting thing. So this is just me telling you, my experience. The interesting thing is like when I met you before y'all were at least public about your relationship, I always just expected you probably like a little twinky little short boy
Like
and
the
you
little
big
spoon.
spooning it and all and you're big
Oh, you
spooning
thought
it,
you.
and then you unveiled DeAndre and I'm like, wow, he found like the one person on the planet that's taller than him.
Yes. And I make him as soft as he needs to be, and I spoon him. He
Do
spoons
you do
me.
you bring out different aspects of each other? Like the DeAndre is different
Yeah.
than the DeAndre the rest of us see.
Well, yeah. I mean, because my man's a boss, so like you're not going to see the softer side of him. That's reserved for me. So, and
Okay.
if you do, then you might get beat up.
What what
But
what would you
no, like no.
qualify? What would you qualify? How would you describe the version of you that he gets? If you bring out the softer side of DeAndre, what does he bring out in you? The part that you can share.
The non-confrontational version. The non-confrontational
That damn
version of
Leo
me.
energy. That big Leo energy. Big, huge, monstrous fire sign energy. Fire
First of
sign.
all, let me tell you,
Fire
in
sign.
my regular life, it's about me being in control and about me getting what I want when I want it. But when it
Fire
comes to this man, I'm
sign.
like, I don't care. Like whatever you want, baby, you can have it. I really
Fire
don't care
sign.
as long as you smiling.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to talk about fire signs in the
Yeah.
after show. Cause I got questions about these damn fire signs. I got me a Sagittarius and I'm
Well,
like,
yeah. Get
I
ready.
I'm he is like, let me tell you this. I'll tell you, he is like a Rubik's Cube. And
Yeah. Really.
I feel like I've gotten one row on one side the same color.
Mm,
And he keeps letting me tinker with it. So I'm still in the game, very active in the game, but I feel like I've gotten one row of one side, but there's two more rows on that side and then there's however many other sides. So I'm like, okay, it's got some figuring to do. But when I tell you, when the colors line up and the thing opens up and like I can see him because my sister's a fire sign, my niece is a fire sign, several fire signs in my life. Most of them are Leo, but when I can like see him and realize that what he gives other people ain't what he trying to give me, oh my God. That's what I
hmm
he it brings out the best parts of me. Like that's the part of me that will buy him a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
He actually
Okay.
wants a
Yeah. So
white
I'm here for
he wants
that.
a white Range Rover, but that's a different topic because that's a horrible car. It's just a horrible car.
See, me and him were on the same. I want a G wagon. So I used to want a Range Rover, but my dream car now is a G wagon.
I want a G wagon, electric one, but I want a G wagon.
Oh yeah, I mean you're not gonna be sucking up all that gas. So like for me, no,
He
mm-mm,
thinks
no,
he
I want an
thinks
electric
electric
car.
vehicle. He from the country and he comes from the like pickup truck. So the fact that I want an SUV, well, I've been telling him I want a pickup truck that's an EV, but so that's a hard pass for him. But I want a EV. When I get this money on, I want to get a G wagon. But I'll probably buy him his Range Rover before then, long
Yeah,
before then.
once those scribbles start coming in, we start getting some investment properties. It's gonna be bombs over Baghdad.
I'm telling all my business. Let me not tell my financial business till we get off this internet. Okay, so how long have y'all been together?
It's going on 2 years. Yeah, in the gay world,
I'll
that's
drink
like
to
a
that.
good six. Yes, yeah, it's like a good 6 years in gay world.
I mean,
But it's
it
been good, and the funny thing is, like, so we moved in together. Probably it's actually been a year now. He moved up from Houston, moved to Dallas, and we got a place together.
well, I will tell you this: we're not done with you, Nathaniel, because I got a whole different set of questions I'm going to ask. But we spent the whole hour talking about your relationship and your love story. But after all that, we still might not know you. So to ensure that we absolutely know who Nathaniel Holley is, it's our new segment called the Butch Queen questionnaire. Are you ready?
I'm here for it.
Okay, so here's how the Butch Queen questionnaire works. These 6 questions have been scientifically proven to understand even our culture's most elusive Butch Queens on a deep and personal level. If you're up for it, I'd like to administer the Butch Queen questionnaire to you now.
Let's go.
All right. Question number 1. You're cast to lead a 90s style family sitcom, and you get to play alongside your favorite Black characters, past or present. The characters, not the people that play them, the characters. What 4 characters are you picking?
Ooh, okay. Steve Urkel.
Steve Urkel from Family
Um,
Matters. Did I do
yes, from
that?
Family Matters.
Lots of
Did I
cheese.
do that? Diane Carroll, Dynasty.
Okay. It's burned.
Um,
And she meets
Beluga, not
Petrosi and Beluga.
Petrova. um, oh, what actresses do I really like? Oh, Jesus. This is one of those questions that I didn't read right away. Sorry, y'all. Um,
So you got
oh
Steve
no,
Urkel,
I would say Queen Latifah, like living
the,
single, because that was the time,
Khadijah.
and
Khadijah.
Khadijah, yes, and um, Jack A. Harry from 227, bitch.
Mary. Ah! Now
We would have a time.
I can only imagine what that show gonna be about. Okay. Question number 2. You're hosting a dinner party and you can only play one album from start to finish to set the mood. If the guests don't like it,
Whitney,
they have to leave. What are we listening to?
Whitney Houston's first album,
I Want to Dance with Somebody?
whole album.
That
No, it was called Whitney, like the whole album. Was it a song or album?
album. Okay.
Yeah, the whole album.
I Want to Dance with
The
Somebody was
first
on
Whitney
it.
album. It was on there, but yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
First,
I
start to
mean,
finish, and if you don't like it, she's
Greatest Love
also a
of
Leo, so
all of that. Saving All My Love for You. That
yeah,
was her first album. Now, Whitney Houston is one of those where her album is full of bangers. Full of bang. Every
exactly.
album is full of bangers. But okay.
Right. I mean, but her earliest work for me is some of my favorite, and also like her voice was like the best. So yeah, Whitney Houston, and she's also a Leo, so you can't leave her behind. And if you
Okay.
do, you got to go.
Okay.
It's nippy all day.
Okay, got it. Okay, question 3. What is the number 1 green flag a man can show you on a first date that immediately makes you start planning a wedding?
Making a reservation.
I mean,
Making a reservation.
that is funny for reasons that we'll talk about after the show, but okay. We'll skip right past that because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. Okay. Question 4. Describe your ultimate soft life Sunday. No budgets, no responsibilities. What does that day look like?
Oh, girl, don't give me a limited budget and a dream. Okay. I mean, if we're staying in town, very much so, take me to the Crown Block, and we get a driver, go to Crown Block, maybe do a spa day right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is it right here? If we're going out of town, I want to go to the private airport down South Dallas, take a flight somewhere
The
remote,
fact that South Dallas,
and
which is the hood, has a private airport is always baffling to me. But go ahead.
it's a it does. Yeah, and like maybe pop out somewhere remote, that actually has like a landing strip. Fly right there, get out, house right there, have a good time, fly back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Expensive taste. I mean, it is soft life, so I'm here for it. I'm in my luxurious season
I
too.
mean,
So, but
I
again,
want to, I would love a
you're
private jet one day.
and when you do, I'm gonna be expecting my trips to be on that jet. I'll be like, is Nathaniel gonna be there? Is DeAndre gonna be there? And do you got 2 more seats? That's
Let's
my
go. We'll have
version
at
of a
least
date.
6 seats on
That's
there.
the best double date that I could ever imagine.
That we have to do that. So we're
We
gonna be
have
in
to.
town. We got some things bubbling up. So we'll be over in Georgia.
Okay. All right. Before we get off the topic, question 5. Which legendary Black diva, living or ancestor, best represents your current era and why?
I would say maybe people probably wouldn't consider her diva, but Maya Angelou.
Okay.
I'm very much in a Maya Angelou frame of mind, where I'm like, I know who I am, I know what I have to offer the world, and I know what I am here to do, and so I am intending to do that.
Okay. I'm here for that. And the last question is the one that I love. What's one piece of unsolicited advice you think every young black queer person needs to hear, but they're probably too busy on TikTok to listen to?
Just find out who you are, so nobody else can tell you. That's it.
That's so
Find out
good.
who you are, so that nobody else can tell you.
That's so good. I love that. Okay. Thank you for taking our Butch Queen questionnaire. Yay! You can see more of Nathaniel Holley tomorrow with his partner, DeAndre Moore, on the Glad Hangout for Black History Month. It's tomorrow, right?
I love a good media tour. Yes, it is tomorrow.
It's
The
tomorrow.
Glad
I
Hangout.
do my research. You can follow that. You can check in on that on Glad's Instagram. We will be right back. We will be right back. The show got good. I thought I was spicy vanilla, but tonight I've learned I'm deep into the extremist end of the kink freak spectrum. Then it got even better. He nutted, then asked me if he could pee in me, and I was nervous. What did it feel like? But it felt good. Live from the back room every Thursday on YouTube. What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating. A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates. It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now. Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men podcast. I am Jay the Gentleman. I will tell you, Reverend Dr. Nathaniel Holley, I have been the biggest fan of the Freelux Project. The work that you are doing with your nonprofit organization is amazing, but I do want you to introduce the Freelux Project. I know the Freelux Project because you provide HIV and STD testing by mail across at Texas at the very least, but to give us a little more context about what Freelux Project is and what you do.
Yeah, so really, the moniker of Freelux is creating a stigma-free world. Freelux comes from the moniker of freedom and luxury, and bringing that to the healthcare space and making sure that people have access to quality care. So we started Freelux as a education to link people to care. So we would just basically have educational seminars, and we would link people to providers that were in community. And then that grew to us creating, social media campaigns and growing our presence online with different perspectives of conversation, really highlighting a lot of the statistics that were being overshadowed. And then that's grown to us being able to have direct activations like the Butch Queen's brunch and other events that are expanding across the country, being able to just give representation to communities that don't necessarily get as much visibility. And in addition to all those things, yes, like we provide HIV self-tests by mail, and that's something that we want to bring into another phase where we are able to provide some additional services as well. So Freelux is growing. We've been around for this is our 6th year of operation, and we've been able to hone in on some programming that I think everybody's really going to enjoy, and as an avenue to really bring people into spaces where taking care of yourself is encouraged. I think that we always talk about self-care, 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 but it's a different thing than when you create access points to those care avenues like directly. And from a public health standpoint, we as black people we suffer. We've been suffering from the public health in this country for a long time. So
Mm-hmm.
Freelix is just trying to do our part in making sure that we have equitable distribution of resources and get what we need, so that we can end the spread of HIV and making sure that other STIs don't continue to ravage our communities.
So I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but y'all are very public about this. You founded Freelux after your HIV diagnosis. DeAndre has been an HIV
Hmm.
advocate for years, maybe even decades now, following his
He ain't
HIV.
that old.
I mean, decade singular. But both of you are very, very prominent, very vocal about living with HIV. Has that enriched or added a layer to your relationship that that positively benefits you, or is that even a thing for y'all anymore?
I mean, it's only a thing in terms of us having solidarity with like going to the doctor. You know, we converse about our like T cells and like CD4 count and stuff like that. Just to make sure we're on top of it. But yeah, I mean, I was open about my HIV status publicly before we started dating. We both were, so that wasn't
Yeah.
really a thing for us. It's just more so about us, checking in with each other to make sure that that we have access to the things that we need. And the unfortunate thing is a lot of people that do this work, sometimes we don't always take care and advocate for ourselves.
Mhm.
So because we're both in this work, we advocate for each other to make sure that we're not, falling behind because I mean, that's just kind of the nature of how things go. But to that point, because we're both positive, it allows us to not be afraid to ask any question or shy away from any aspect of, a healthcare.
What I that is amazing for the two of you, but not everybody is, an activist or an advocate. A lot of people are living with HIV and just living very regular, normal lives. I don't want to minimize that, like, but because that's an accomplishment. How can we create a
Hmm.
culture? What message could you send to the culture to where people can live and thrive in relationship with HIV with a partner who may not be living with it? What piece of knowledge do you think that the dating pool needs to hear now that you have successfully gotten out of the dating pool and you are also thriving with
Yeah.
HIV?
What I would tell people before is like, disclosure, the way I disclose is not necessarily the way that everybody else should disclose, but the way that I disclosed, it helped me out a lot. It allowed me to show up as my full self all the time. So then,
Mhm.
me being HIV positive was never really one of the things that I thought was going to be one of the defining factors as to why somebody wouldn't date me. Because, if you didn't know up front, then you weren't watching the television show. So, it just allowed me to kind of break through that barrier of fear and stigma and say, like, no, like, this is who I am, and I'm still a bad bitch. Because you slid into my DMs when it says HIV positive as the first thing on my Instagram.
I got a whole bunch of buttons over
So
here, so brace yourself.
I love it. But yeah, so like that was my thing. And for me, it was like a confidence booster because it's like you as a child, they used to say like, if anybody has something on you, put it out there so nobody can spray you with your own tea. Like I put my tea out there so nobody can spray with me with it, so I'm not afraid of anything when it comes to somebody bringing up my HIV status. And
Mhm.
I think that that's something that just really helped me. Now that's not for everybody, but I will say that like open and advanced disclosure just helps eliminate any of the issues that can come on down the line. Because what I don't want you to do is waste my time. And I don't want to waste yours either. And so, there are some people who don't want to date anybody who's living with HIV. I see it on my Instagram all the time from different posts that I put up. But the truth is, there's the majority of people still want to date and find somebody quality, and HIV is not a defining factor in that. But lying can be. And so, being as honest as possible and as transparent as possible when you feel like you have that rapport with somebody, I think that that's the best way to kind of like move over that level of fear to say like no, just because I'm living with HIV doesn't mean I deserve less than. It just means that I navigate differently.
Well, that, and this is comments like that make me feel like I'm living in a bubble because and maybe I am because first, some of the best relationships that I've ever been in have been people living with HIV, people who have helped me get more close in understanding my health and wellness, people that help me navigate all kinds of ups and downs and stigma and my blackness and all these things, and I get and the people that I have dated who are living with HIV have helped me gain so much clarity on who I am and the privileges that I have in this world, but also how I can use my privilege to disrupt my privilege. That has
Hmm.
come by way of people and bodies that are living with HIV, right? And so like when people say that I've seen, people on my posts all the time that wouldn't date someone living with HIV, I'm like, who are these people? Because
But
I don't want to dispute that they exist. It's just I don't run into them. And at this big age, now that I'm in my 40s, I'm so stay over there. Stay over there.
Jay,
I
one
don't
thing
need none
that
of that energy in
I,
my life.
One thing that I've noticed in the last year is that people are dumb. A lot of people are stupid. That's just the truth. A lot of people are just not educated.
Okay.
Look at our political climate,
Yes.
and our government right now. There's a lot of like
Yes.
they're smart with when it comes to strategy, but not smart when it comes to interaction. But a lot of people just are dumb and they're uneducated, and so those people I don't ascribe to. They can stay over there, and the truth is they probably have already been sleeping with somebody who's living with HIV. They just don't know it. And
I mean,
so
statistically so. If they are a black gay person, they have absolutely had sex with someone living with HIV, whether they disclosed or knew it or not. It's statistically so. That is a fact. If you are a sexually active black gay
fact.
man in the South, especially, you have had sex with someone 9 times of 10 that is living with HIV at least one time. But
Yeah,
let
so
me get off that.
if the statistics are what they are, like why not? Why are we still shunning away from the conversation about HIV? Like I've been on first dates, and literally that's the first thing that I say. Like, oh yeah, I went to Morehouse. I did these things. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I'm living with HIV. Like that's part of the package. Like that's part of the whole like that list of things about me, because like that's just who I am. And so I know that there's a lot of stigma around like, oh, I'm not dateable, or people are going to go tell my business or things like that. But I mean, you have to gauge what's best for you. For me, I didn't give a fuck. Please go tell everybody, because then that's less people that I have to go tell. Everybody can know I don't care. If you don't want me, that's fine too. I will find who I need because I love me. And I think that that empowerment of saying I don't give a fuck, I still love me, that just changes the vibration in your world anyways, and it just allows good energy and good things to come towards you. So I like my recommendation and my advice to anybody is to try to empower yourself and own that. Something that you may not have liked about yourself, but it is there. It's still part of who you are. When you look in the mirror, you should love all of you, even the things that you don't like. And I love my HIV. Like me being HIV positive has allowed me to take care of myself better. It has put me in a mindset of being more conscious of people who suffer in the world. It's made me a better person in terms of being more humble. I was an asshole before. I mean, I was some people say I was an asshole afterwards, but I was more of an asshole before.
Leo
But there's
energy.
aspects that
That
I
big Leo
well,
energy. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
you can't tell me shit. But
Big Leo energy.
But yeah, no, I mean, it has allowed me to just care more about the world because people are suffering, and I may be living with HIV, but I'm living a very grand scheme of the I guess the prognosis of living with HIV. I've been
Yeah.
undetectable for the whole time. I've been diagnosed. I've had great access to quality care, and then I've also advocated for myself and had people around me who advocated for me when I did it. So those have all been great things that have helped. And one thing I can say is like in my 14 years of being positive, life continues to only get better. But I remember those hard days. I remember those days when I was depressed, when I felt like I couldn't tell anybody, or I wasn't gonna be able to find a man, or nobody's gonna want to have sex with me without a condom, which is a whole other thing. I mean, like, I don't want to be feeling like I'm radioactive when I'm walking down the street, but that just
Radioactive.
comes from
Love it.
education. That's how people treat you, and that's how people see themselves in some ways, that you're radioactive. Like I'm a threat to society or to myself, but none of that is true. And that really just comes from educating and empowering yourself and understanding like what it is and what it's not. And once you do that and know that for yourself, like, I think that you can really have a better outcome.
Well, Nathaniel Holley, that has been, I mean, ain't no better place to end it. I want to thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be on our after show for 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes for us, right?
Yeah, I got 15 minutes because I got some plugs from some events that's happening in the next couple of months for people either in Dallas or around that can, pop in.
Tell us plugs. We got
Well,
176 people watching right now, so tell us the plugs.
hey, 176 people. No. Next month we're actually throwing a ball here in Dallas for all the ballroom girls. With this month, I keep saying next month, child. I'm still in January in my head,
It's
but
Black History.
February
I mean, but it is Black
21st.
History Month
It
every month, so
It is. So February 21st, we're throwing a ball here. It's going to be at the Empire Room. Tickets are on sale now. We're giving away at about $8,000 in cash prizes. I think we may be up to 10 soon, maybe. We're trying to get more. But yeah, we're giving away cash prizes, mainstream ball, the House of Garcon in partnership with Freelux Project and Abounding Prosperity is throwing their pleasure and principles ball. So it's really focused on pleasure, but also prevention. So we have some really cute categories specifically around prevention that people can jump into and get a little theatrical with. But it's gonna be a fun night. Great resources on deck. But then fashions, ballroom, fun, drinks, the whole 9 yards. It'll be dope.
On
Be
February
there. So
21st.
February 21st, we want to see you there. And then this year, I think you didn't come, but you know that we had our Butch Queens brunch in Atlanta last year. Is that
I
last
was
year?
out of
It was
town.
last year.
I was in a different state
Yes.
when you had the Butch Queen brunch.
Well, that's coming back this year. We about to do it in Dallas and in a few other cities. So that's coming back. That'll probably be around Juneteenth in Dallas. So look out for that. And then we'll be expanding the Bush Queens brunch out to Miami and DC, possibly. Oh yeah, and New Orleans as well. Is the day set for New Orleans? June 7th. New Orleans is June 7th. See, he keeps me on tab. See, he's never too far away. But yeah, so the Bush Queens
That
brunch
don't sound
is
like DeAndre. Is that DeAndre?
uh-huh.
You can say, hey, we've been talking about you for an hour.
He
Can he
says you
hear
can say hey. Yeah, he can hear you. Well, not through
Oh.
here. 'Cause I have my headphones on. He's about to come behind me now.
Don't push it out.
Wait, wait.
Hey, DeAndre.
Hey, how are y'all?
Hey,
Good.
DeAndre. Oh, the bald headed,
My
bearded
man, my
girls
man,
are
my
in the
man.
building.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, February 21st in Dallas. Butch Queen brunch is coming up in June in Dallas, which is Juneteenth is
Yes.
June 19th. So I'm
Juneteenth.
imagining it's somewhere that weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be that Sunday.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm really
Yeah,
excited
so
for
if
all
you're
of
in
the Butch
town,
Queen
please let
brunch.
me know. We'll get you some
I
VIP
will be in Dallas for
situations.
Juneteenth.
Okay, yeah, so you got to be there. We need a Butch Queen episode. Yeah, we need a Butch Queen episode. So so the Butch Queen conversation is basically where we bring Butch Queens together. We want to highlight, Butch Queens and all the things that make us amazing, but also, making sure we have some resources and some things that are tangible on site. And there's a lot going on with prep right now and some new advancements that maybe everybody might not know about, but there's injectable prep, there's oral prep, but I mean, the girls are fucking, and so I
Yes,
want
we are.
you to fuck and not have to blink an eye the next morning. So between Doxy and regular prep, girl, the girl should be having a good summer, and I want them to know about it. So that's one
It
of
is going to
the
be a hot
main.
girl summer, whether you are in a relationship or not. It's a hot girl summer, and
Okay,
I want
right.
everybody in there. I want the relationship girls to have the hottest girl summer ever, because I'm one of them now. So
What?
I'm here for it.
The relationship girls are sometimes the single girls, especially when they traveling separate. So you never really know. So
And I'm
prep
not
and
going to yuck
Doxy is for
anybody's
everybody.
yum. I am here for whatever configuration works for you. But
It's not for me to tell you how to have a relationship. I just want to make sure you have good sex and healthy outcomes. That's all I care about. Who
Panther
you
said the
who you
girls are
do with, I
fucking,
could care
period.
less.
The girls are fucking, period. Rolando said I can confirm the girls are definitely fucking. Curtis Goins said gave me a reason to leave Houston and head to Dallas.
Come on.
And
It's
then
gonna be a
go
good
on the
time.
Broken Bow and push it out if you need to. Cause that is a good combination of events.
I
As
think
you
it
have
seemed to have
explained
worked
it,
for me.
it
It
must
seemed to
have
have worked for
worked.
me.
It must have worked. All right, teammates, that has been our show. Yes, that was our show. My buttons ain't working. Ah, damn. I'm supposed to be somewhere. Hold on. Okay, teammates, that was our show. We will be new next Monday. Monday will be our next show. Tomorrow I have an opportunity that I need to pursue, and I have to give it all of my attention. But I want to appreciate you all more. I love you all more than I can ever express. Y'all have been a great audience. Thank you so much to Nathaniel. If you want to connect with him or Freelux Project, links to his socials are in the description. I will talk to you all next time. Bye.